Paul joining us once again from Fitness Depot. And this is the new baby.
Yeah.
This is the newest arrival to the family.
So everybody kind of knows what an elliptical is. They've been out for over a decade almost now, or a couple decades. This is a totally different kind of movement. So instead of the up and down motion and forward back that you get on elliptical, this is taking it to a three-dimensional movement. So sports, usually you're not running in a straight line, you're going laterally. So what they've designed is they've designed a new machine that takes you through a elliptical path, but in an angled motion. So like a ski kind of, or a skating kind of motion.
I was going to say, once I started to see you doing it, you did. I almost saw a skier, I saw a skate coming through, and even looking at the little pictures and the little men up there, there's almost like a little bit of a martial arts mix in there too. Yeah,
so you can jump over the pedal if you want. That's some of the cues they'll give in there, and there's a couple of programs like the MMA program's a really popular one. What it does is it gives you 5-minute rounds just like you're in a fight, but it's not hitting you back. What it does is it picks up the revolutions of the wheel. The faster you go, the harder the tension comes up. So it's really there to kind of challenge you, just like you're in a real fight. So you get a 30-second burst, and then a minute break, and then it keeps going like that for 5-minute rounds until you're toast.
Some people might get on it just to make everything really, really tight. Others are kind of looking at it to kind of getting themselves into a fighting situation. Okay, you get on, then I'll get on, because I wanted people to see.
Yeah, no problem. So you can kind of see the movement of it, so it's quite different. If you are not as flexible, because you can also get on this from a rehab standpoint. If you can't do a long stretch, you can adjust your lateral movement and bring it down to like a 1-inch space, so you're really not taking a wide stance, but it's going to focus on all the quads. You're going to really feel it all through the core, and you're going to get the glute hamstring. So they just started selling these commercially recently. So, and this is a very new product. It just came out this last week at our store. So,
have everyone been walking in trying to?
Everybody's gotten on it, so it really, really pushes you. So, if you want to give it a try here, I can just get you on here.
Yes.
There you go. Hop right on there. So, depending on.
And what are you looking for? I see there's lots of different hand placements.
Yeah. So maybe to start, put it in a little bit closer to your body, so you're a little more comfortable, just like you would if you were running. If you're just focusing on lower body, if you're holding on the handles and you sort of lean back a bit more, then it's going to get into the glute hamstring a lot more. If you're trying to adjust the movement of the actual pedals to bring it in closer wide, you can either use the console here, or if you're using the handlebar, it's right on the handlebar as well, so you can bring it up high.
Oh, I see that. All right.
So you can adjust it there, the level and everything.
Now I'm going to try to move. I want to go out, so I'm going to go here.
Yeah, you can do it. That'll bring it down. So if you want to go up, that'll bring it out laterally.
Yeah, no, I'm already feeling this already.
Okay, so if you want to bring it in a little closer, you can bring it down a little bit, and that'll adjust your stride in a little bit. You can also get over it, just like you do if you're doing moguls and that. Right. To try to push off, just like you would if you were playing sports, if you're in football, soccer, anything like that, where you're going to push off that foot to pivot and go left or right.
Okay, I want to try this now.
But the biggest thing with this is it's about motivation, because a lot of machines are very much the same. You're watching the TV set to try to pass the time. It gets boring. So they've really spent a lot of effort into trying to maximize the workouts.
Yeah, so Paul, I'm listening to you right now, but my legs are burning. My legs are burning.
Yeah, the shoes is probably a little tough to go on those boots there. So, but the different programs, X mode,
thigh toner.
So what it will do is it measures how fast you turn the wheel, and it'll adjust the stride out depending on how much you're able to spin that wheel. If you can go really fast, it'll bring it out, and if you can't, it won't go as wide. Just like if you're running or walking.
Are you looking at different directions too?
So you can go forward or backwards.
Wow, I just noticed that, yeah.
So that changes the muscle groups. There's a lot of motivational things like the quad power one, which is if you're really training for speed and that, you can press that button and it'll adjust, instead of the width, it'll adjust the tension. You set how wide you want your stance to be. So if you have an injury like a knee or a hip or anything like that, and you can't go as wide, you can limit the range of motion but allow the heavier tension to challenge you.
Okay, are we going to break the bank with this, or this is kind of going to come into a place where people can, if they are looking for that one piece, that this would be it?
Yeah, this kind of does a lot of things. So you're looking at a commercial unit. Most commercial units are somewhere between $8,000 and $10,000 or $12,000. So this one sits at around $6,500, but it's they're coming out with different models all the time, but this is a very unique piece right now.
It's really interesting, I think, for people who are looking for that extra, that's something that if they can do it, this would be a fun one. It's amazing.
Yeah,
it's the only place. For a minute, and I could.
Yeah, the only place you can get this right now is Fitness Depot. We're the only place.
Awesome,
right now.
Paul. Always a pleasure.
Yep,
great information. Best of luck, and I love that whole treadmill thing too. That was really cool earlier.